Would it be awesome if there was enough going on in your life that you didn't constantly talk about the fucking virus? Is there anybody else other than me that is just so tired of thinking about this? Because there's nothing you can really do except think about this fucking thing because you can't do anything because of this fucking thing. It's really, really annoying. Of course, there's apparently a vaccine now, which means maybe at some point in the future I'll actually get to see my mother again. That'd be great. And of course, the world seems a lot more hopeful now that we don't have some absolute narcissistic con man in leader of the free world. So that'll, I mean, he's still there now, but not much longer. So that's good. But I'm just really so bored right now and so fed up with everything. I'm back working, and this week I have one shift. And to be fair, the fact that I have one shift makes sense. I can't really complain about it or anything because we've got a better furlough program. The old furlough program is back. Our bosses are not having to give us random shifts that we don't really need and they can't really afford. So they're looking after the business and trying to make sure people do have some hours, and there just aren't any hours to give us. So, at least they're not bankrupting the company trying to keep us all employed, which is what they have been doing, because I'm really brilliantly surprised by how much my employers have responded to try and keep us all employed. It really is one of the best things that has come out in the last couple of weeks. But I mean, come on. One shift this week. I don't know how I'm going to fill my days. I don't know how I'm going to fill my hours. I mean, sitting around getting drunk in the house is about it. Eating cheap food, marked down food. That's all I ever do is look for marked down cheap food. Virus, everybody thought we were going to be put into, not everybody, a lot of people thought we were going to go into a worse tier in Scotland today in Glasgow because our numbers are consistently high, but they're not getting higher. And they said that we will not be put in it at least this week, but there's always that little threat. No place in Scotland got put to a better level, but 3 got moved to a worse level. So there's all that to look forward to until I get back to work full time, which I don't know when that's going to be, because until even in tier 2, we still aren't able to open up full-time hours. And I don't see us going into tier 2 anytime soon. If we are in tier 2 by the end of the year, I think it will be a Christmas miracle, quite literally. But so that's no booze. Also, no booze with a meal, no booze, full stop, until we get there. I mean, booze in the house, obviously. I always have booze in the house. I'm usually drinking when I'm in the house. And I'm in the house an awful fucking lot. Because I can't afford to do much else. Not that there's anything else you can do. This becomes lots of fun, working and serving people who have no business being in Glasgow in a restaurant, completely unaware that you can't get a drink, which means they don't live in tier 3. Or they're living under a rock, which I'm sure some might have just been living under a rock. But the ones with the English accents, I don't think they were the ones living under the rock here in Glasgow. I think they're the ones living in England, coming up when they're supposed to be totally locked down and not be traveling, and coming into our city to spread virus. Yay! It's so great. You don't want to engage them. You don't want to find out where they're from. You don't really want to talk to them about anything, because whatever answers you get you're going to know that they're lying about their circumstances. And frankly, I'd like to take my hands and strangle them and throw them out of the building. But, can't really do that. Not unless you want to get arrested or lose your job or something. I don't know. To be fair, I don't know if I would lose my job. They're the ones that are breaking the law, not me. But I guess if I attack them, probably I guess I probably would be breaking the law. Anyway, so it's really disheartening times right now. Did all the maths on my income and stuff, and until I get back to full-time hours, I will be getting state benefits, because that is, of course, unless I get paid 3 times in a month, which does happen every now and again, but it just happened last month, and I didn't get any benefits, so I don't think that will happen again anytime soon. I think it'll be several months before that happens again, but it does happen, I think, a couple times a year. Something to look forward to if we don't get this fucking shit organized soon. But you gotta hope, if there is a vaccine, that slowly but surely the numbers will start going down and we'll start getting things loosened up again. I don't think it's going to be before spring, summer, before anything even remotely normal starts to go back. But who knows? Anyway, I'm just tired thinking about it, tired talking about it, but there's nothing else to do. There's just nothing else to do. I don't have anything else I can plan because I don't have any fucking money. And I've got way too much fucking time. It's just, can you recommend anything good to watch on TV? I saw The Queen's Gambit. That was great. I just don't know what else to do. Really don't know what else to do right now. It sucks. Anyway, I am staying away from people. I mean, seeing people under the restrictions that are allowed. And I'm certainly not touching anything. And I'm wearing my mask. And I would advise you do all the same things. And if you're in a certain tier, gonna maybe not go out your tier and go to an area that is worse. I mean, if you live in the Highlands, guess what? It might not be a good time to come to Glasgow for shopping. Just gonna let you know that right now. Maybe you should stay put. Maybe you don't want to go from tier 1 to tier 2. Maybe you don't want to go from tier 2 to tier 3. Maybe you should just stay where you are and enjoy the fucking freedoms you have and make do with your own shops. Can I just tell you that right now? And your own restaurants. Support those people. And if you're in England, please don't come up and visit me. I don't want to see you. I think you should stay put for where you are and get your numbers down. Because until all this happens, we're going to be living like shit. I'm definitely going to be living like shit. And I'm tired of it. I want to go back to an island and stuff. I want to do these things, but I can't afford it. And there's nobody's allowing anybody to go anywhere anymore. Every place is shut again. All the countries are shut. So just chill out, people. Do what's expected. Stay away from people. Don't touch anything. Wash your hands. You could do these things and you won't get the virus. I have been right next to people and been right alongside them hours on end when they had the virus, and they didn't know it and I didn't know it and I didn't catch it. You can actually avoid catching the fucking virus if you follow those basic rules that I say on every one of these videos. I actually was in my doctor's office yesterday and discussed this with them, and they laughed and were like, it's true. You can avoid getting this if you do the right things. And a lot of people who have it absolutely have no idea they have it. And it's very subtle, and that is why it keeps spreading. And it's not a problem until you hug your granny. So don't hug your fucking granny, okay? Stay away from old people. Hide. Wash your hands. Wear the mask. Don't do anything ridiculous. All right. Good luck, everybody.